All right, so let's move into our first regular segment of the week. All right. I actually had another big week. I can't help but have big weeks, and what I watched is actually really appropriate for being Father's Day too. Unintentionally, I wasn't even thinking of this stuff when I was watching these things, but after the fact, I was like, man, that was a great couple selections for this holiday show. So I'm going to cover first a couple quick ones. This is old. I finally got around to it, but I watched Red Notice. Have you guys seen this? Anybody?
No.
Yes, I saw it.
What'd you think?
It was fun. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I think fun's a good descriptor. Mike, did you say you saw it too?
Yeah, we loved it. Thought it was funny. I mean, The Rock and Ryan Reynolds are hilarious.
Yeah, definitely. Like Johnny said, completely fun. I do have one little complaint critique, I guess. Man, there was just too many flips in the, you thought one thing and then another thing was real. I felt like for the last hour of the show or the movie, they did it like every 10 minutes. It started to get a little bit tiring to me. I was just like, oh, come on, there's so many, but overall, it was definitely still fun. I recommend it. That's just one thing that stood out to me. Did you guys think that at all, or am I just totally being rough on it?
I'm trying to specifically remember. I mean, this is what, November.
It's been a while. Yeah, it was November.
Right
Yeah.
But it didn't. I don't remember it bothering me that there were so many.
And did I mention that we're currently talking about Red Notice?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Johnny has been pointing out to me recently, hey, man, when you're doing the show, you got to mention what you're talking about, because then you listen to the podcast, people don't know what we're talking about. So anyway, all right, let's go into this. This is going to be real quick, but I'm just mentioning it for one reason. Alone. Karen says she liked Red Notice. She thought it was funny. This is, don't bother watching this movie alone. Okay, I think it's from 2018. I was
so watch it with someone?
Huh?
So watch it with someone?
No, don't watch it at all. No. No. Oh, yeah, no. Play on the Tyler. No.
That's a terrible joke.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I just went over my head. I'm just not sharp enough. Anyway, this has Donald Sutherland in it. And do you remember I think it was 2 or 3 shows ago, he was in Moonfall. And I talked about how far he's fallen, Yeah. And Moonfall was a pretty recent movie, though. And it wasn't horrible, but it was a really short part in there, I mentioned. Man, this is like a B movie. I couldn't believe he was in it. And he's an established character. And spoiler alert, I mean, I don't recommend anyone watch this, but as far as the story goes, he's actually ends up being this cannibal murderer in it. I mean, it's like, I don't recommend this movie at all, if I didn't mention that yet. But anyway, that's Alone. And the reason I watched Alone is because I watched this. I think we're alone now, and it's got, what's his name, Pat?
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, from Game of Thrones, of course. And then we know that girl too. And again, I'm horrible with names.
Yeah, she does look familiar, but
that's Peter Dinklage from Elf.
Huh?
Right.
That's Peter Dinklage from Elf.
Elf.
Oh yeah, from Elf, not from Game of Thrones. Got it. Yeah. This movie wasn't horrible. It wasn't as bad as Alone. But man, I sure didn't like how this ended, and it was a drag. It was slow, depressing, and actually, I didn't even talk about Alone was about a virus, kind of post-apocalyptic, that's turned everybody into zombies, of course. and this one guy sees this girl in an apartment complex across the street, and he has to go save her. That's the whole movie's about him in his apartment to her apartment and the zombie fight in between. This one is a more interesting plot in the way that, so it's another virus, and it's killed a majority of the population. But spoiler alert, if you want to check out for a minute again, his name Peter Dinklage, right?
Yes.
He thinks he's alone. It spends like the first hour of it, and he thinks he's the only person that's survived on the entire planet. And then this girl shows up, so then he finds her, and then you actually find out there's more people alive later. So a lot of this is just watching Peter kind of function as the sole human being on the planet, and then he finds her, and then she's got an attitude, and it's just so slow, and then it didn't end well in my opinion. All right, but now I'm going to get to the good stuff.
About time. That's why.
Sorry. Light of My Life. It's got Casey Affleck. And I'm going to call the girl that's in this a newcomer because I was unfamiliar with her name, so I definitely didn't remember it since I'm not familiar with her. But has anybody seen this?
Nope.
I think I saw that one.
You think you have, John?
I have not.
I said I think. Yeah. Yeah, and I like Casey Affleck. He usually like writes and directs his own stuff too.
Yeah.
I like his acting.
Yeah, he directed this too. Yeah, he also directed. I'm not sure whether he wrote it, but he directed it. I'm 99% sure I'm accurate there. But basically, this is another post-apocalyptic virus thing, okay? But this virus has killed all the women. Well, I should say 99.9% of the women on the planet. And he has a daughter that was born right before this all happened, and she survived. She didn't die. So
this is like X, the last woman.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Last
man, X, last woman. Right?
Yeah, a little similar to that. But there are a few other women. But as you can imagine, with how few there are, the bad things that the men would think they would, want to use them for. So he has his daughter disguised as a boy. Like he shaves her head and dresses her like a boy and stuff, and he basically just tries to stay away from people in general unless he absolutely has to protect her, and it's just kind of struggle. This, similar to Sleeping Beauties too. I also was the movie that I think you're all familiar with that this put me in mind with is The Road. Remember that with Lord of the Rings? What's his name? Hugo? No.
Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen, yeah. I guess, if I'm going to be a movie TV show critic, I probably need to start nailing actors and actresses' names.
Yeah, this is what you need to get.
A notepad?
They come in.
So anyway, this really put me in mind of The Road, if you all have seen that or not.
Where can I see this movie, Kevin? Because this looks cool. I like the concept.
Yeah, this is on Amazon Prime.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to watch this one.
Yeah, it was really good. I loved it. And like I was saying, kind of apropos of being a Father's Day review, I couldn't help thinking, I mean, I'm not trying to act like this, I'm a tough guy, stud kind of guy, but I envisioned this being me and Ayla the whole time. The relationship they have, and kind of actually the kind of daughter she is. I couldn't get me and Ayla, if it was just me and Ayla, this is us on the planet. And, I'd hope if these horrible situations would ever happen in my life, I'd be half as brave and courageous as I think I would be in my own head. But yeah, this was, and it ended, it was just, the way it ended was perfect for me. Big recommend on this, what I would assume was a obscure movie, but, it's a couple years old too, so it's not very recent. So I was surprised I never saw this at all, but it was great. So check this out.
Kevin, can I jump in with one that I don't have a picture for?
Sure.
Okay, because I want to ask Mike if he's seen this in particularly. and I saw this a while ago, and I keep forgetting to ask about it. Mike, have you seen the newest Jay and Silent Bob movie?
No.
It sort of goes with the Father's Day theme, you know. But
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet either. Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys should watch it because, especially Mike, I know you're a big fan of the USQ universe and Jay and Silent Bob. It was good. Like, I enjoyed it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, I was kind of hesitant on watching it because I wasn't sure, kind of rehashing some old stuff, and I didn't want to be disappointed. So I
don't think you will. I sort of was the same way. I went in with no expectations because it's been so long since Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, and I didn't really care for Clerks, Clerks 2. But no, I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy it as much as Jay and Silent Bob, the original movie, but it is pretty good. I think you would like it.
All right. Well, I'll definitely check it out then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
And
definitely.
it goes with the Father's Day theme.
Okay. I've definitely been meaning to already anyway, so I'll definitely hop on that lickety split.
Yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys think of it.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we talked. This is 2 shows in a row. We brought up Kevin Smith, and did you need to correct yourself on that Kevin Smith comment last time? Are you for sure yet or not, Patrick?
I never got confirmation, so I'm going to probably say it was false.
Okay. Well, all I'm saying is, obviously don't beat yourself up because I've had 2 major gaffes in the past 2 shows. One with Jeff Loeb, and that's Jeff Loeb was topical today, obviously, and I talked about how I thought Jeff Loeb was an artist last week. And
Did you think Jeff Loeb was Tim Sale? Did you get them confused?
I guess so. Yeah, that must.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I definitely assumed that every time I saw Jeff Loeb on those books, I thought he was the artist. So yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna disrespect Tim Sale or call myself out on that. So I appreciate you calling me out, Don.
Oh, no problem, buddy.
That's what he's here for.
And then of course my big gaffe with thinking the Guardians trailer was legit. So I'm glad I have a little bit of camaraderie with you, Patrick, on making a mistake. You guys definitely.
Well, that's just a what's in a name type of thing, because like what you were thinking of when you would think of Jeff Loeb was Tim Sale, so it's actually Tim Sale.
Yeah, and since they were so attached, it was kind of, I knew who I was talking about, sort of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was forgivable. The Guardians.
That was unforgivable, especially since I'm the critic. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so now I want to get into a couple trailers before we get into our big topic. Anybody seen the trailer for this yet? Andor, yeah. Star Wars Andor series coming out. I believe it's August 31st on Disney Plus.
Yep. Have not.
Johnny,
No, I did not.
This looks great. Patrick, what do you think?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm always interested in that time period, even though it wasn't the biggest. Like I've said before, I'm not the biggest fan of Rogue One. I liked Rogue One a lot, but it's not my favorite Star Wars movie. And
yeah, well,
really,
obviously, I've said it's my favorite. So yeah, this really interests me. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and his character didn't really leave that big of an impression on me, I don't think. But the series looks promising.
Well, I think he left a big impression on me because obviously he was a great character in the movie in general, but the one line when he really kind of stands up to Jin about. Hey, I've been living this my whole life. Don't come in here for 5 minutes and now judge me. That whole line. I can't quote it exactly, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is interesting because this seems to take place right after the Empire took control. So looks really great. So I can't wait for that one. And then saw this trailer. Anybody else see this trailer?
No.
This is Prey.
Yeah,
it's an original,
I did see this trailer. I saw this.
It's an original on Hulu. So don't let the cat out of the bag about this question. I'm going to ask the other guys. This is a sequel. Can you tell what this is a sequel to?
This is a prequel, Kevin.
Oh yeah, actually it is a prequel. You're right. Sorry about it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
you can tell by the logo.
Oh yeah. You can see it there. I tried to pick something that didn't say something on it, right? Yeah, but they got
also
hash marks down there. Okay,
the 3 dots in her eye.
Oh, I didn't even notice that either. See, you guys are sharp. Okay, anyway, yeah, it's Predator. It's a prequel to Predator, and yeah, obviously a play on a Predator and Prey. So I don't know what to think about this though. I mean, obviously our introduction to Predator was a super high speed, low drag, jungle military team with all kinds of awesome weaponry, and they were big, humongous, muscle-bound, tough guys fighting the Predator, and obviously only one survived, and just barely. But now we're going to have a movie about, I guess these are like kind of tribal, and they've got sticks and stones for weapons, and obviously it's a female lead. I'm not sure how this is going to play out.
She's a child too, right?
Yeah, she's a teenager.
Teenager or something. Yeah. I mean, come on, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Had some difficulties. All of his buddies
and his team, right?
Yeah, his whole team wiped out. So yeah.
I thought the teaser trailer looked good, and then the longer trailer looks like it might not be good.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a guess.
I mean, once again, I'll check it out, and we'll see.
Yep. Hi. Here's my other one. Makes me a dad.
Hey, Cora.
Okay,
So yeah, this is out August 5th on Hulu, the Hulu original. And
I'm glad that it's on Hulu.
Huh?
I'm glad that it's on Hulu and I don't have to go to the movie theater to see it.
Yeah.
It's just easier.
Do you guys see this funny one?
Yes.
I did, yes.
DC League of Super Pets. It looks pretty funny.
I think they showed this at the beginning of the Batman, I think. When I saw
I didn't
that.
see it there. I didn't see it. They didn't show it at mine showing of Batman, so I didn't see it until after on the internet later. This has a lot of people, a lot of big guys in it. The Rock, Kevin Hart, Keanu Reeves, Jim from The Office. I always forget his name. John Krasinski. Yeah.
There you go.
And then Kevin Conroy. I think he must be Batman in this, right? So. He's definitely in it, but I don't know what he is.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be funny if he wasn't Batman, though.
Huh?
That'd be funny if he wasn't Batman.
He could be Ace. I think this looks great.
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it looks fun. So. Then I checked what's also free comic book day. What's it? Oh, this is a free comic book day comic as well. Okay, gotcha. Okay. That's good to know. Probably be a pickup. People try to sell free comic book day comics like crazy now, and some of them are going for a pretty penny, right?
Umbrella Academy does.
Yeah. Then I saw this. This was a couple weeks ago too. I forgot to talk about it last week. Did everybody see the trailer for Black Adam?
I think I've seen some of it. Yeah.
Looks pretty good. I mean, it definitely looks good. I'm not. I don't know too much about Black Adam's lore. But did he kind of, in the trailer they presented as he kind of has an option to be a good guy or bad guy, and there's a conflict there. I never knew that about Black Adam. Is that the case?
Yeah.
That's how it's always been? Okay.
Well, recently, I think he traditionally always been a bad dude, but he was on Justice Society for a while there in the early 2000s.
Okay, well, that's good that they're, following that then. But, it definitely looks cool in general. Obviously, have an action superhero movie with The Rock, it seems like it's a winner, so.
Yeah, I hope Kevin Hart's in it somewhere because I really like those two together. And that's because I love Jumanji.
I'm really excited about Hawkman showing up,
Oh, yeah, the Hawkman's in it, yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I'm super excited about the color of the Hawkman being sort of more red. I wish it was more green, but it's pretty cool, and I'm excited that big screen Hawkman finally.
Yeah.
And Atom Smasher looks amazing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like maybe they are incorporating some of that JSA stuff into this Black Adam movie then.
Absolutely, yeah. Because Atom Smasher. Oh, that's the other one. Dr. Fate also looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Dr. Fate, isn't it? Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah,
it was great. Yeah.
So yeah, it could be pretty exciting. I sure hope it does cross over the way you'd assume with, Shazam. But Shazam's kind of more of a comedy kind, and this seems more like it's dark. So I don't know how that's going to happen. Have you heard if
Oh,
they've
they're
kind of?
definitely planning that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then by Mike's request last week, check this trailer out. And yeah, I agree with Mike. It looked pretty. Looks like it's going to be pretty good.
Yep.
I've never read a Sandman book, so I don't know. I'm just going to be viewing it. As a standalone thing by itself. So I hope you're not yelling at me like this forever with, what was that other movie you like so much? Book.
I Am Legend.
Oh yeah, I Am Legend. That's it. I love the I Am Legend movie. Mike hates it. Loves the book. Is that your favorite book? Right?
Yeah.
So hopefully this same kind of thing doesn't happen with this. But this trailer looked good. You see this trailer yet, Patrick?
I did not. I forgot to check it out. I'll have to get on that.
You see it, John?
Yeah, he looks very comic accurate, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never read the full 75 issue run. I read the first few couple story arcs. So it's I need to get back to it.
And I think this comes out like August 5th as well. So.
Yeah, and this is on Netflix.
All right, so let's get into some Obi-Wan Kenobi action.
Yes.
Mike, what's your status on this?
Well, I'm just waiting for you guys to tell me what happened.
Oh, you still only partially watched the first episode? Is that where you are?
No, I haven't even started it.
Oh, I thought you said you started the first episode, but then didn't.
No, that was Moon Knight.
Oh,
but I did continue with Moon Knight, and I think Emily and I watched the first two.
so you're not even done with Moon Knight yet?
No.
Okay.
I don't even know what I watched. I'm glad this isn't my segment because I don't even know what I watched this past week. I'm trying to remember.
Well, I had the opportunity to talk to Johnny this weekend, so I already know he hasn't seen this as well. So
yeah, I'm also working on Moon Knight. I think I'm up to episode 4.
We'll just talk amongst ourselves here.
Yeah. All right. So did you want to check out again, Mike, or spoiler alerts allowed? What's up?
I'm fine. I listened to you guys last week. I listened.
Hey, Kev, I am going to check out, not because of spoilers, but I just got to go, buddy.
Okay. Thanks for checking in, man. We really appreciate it. It was great to hear you. Happy Father's Day again.
Happy Father's Day to all of you guys.
Yeah. Send, Kirsty our love and Island our love, everybody. So have a good
All
one,
right,
man.
we'll do it.
All right, John.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Awesome.
Yeah,
I need to recover. I need to take a breath.
Johnny
even
Burger
for
sightings,
that little bit, yeah.
Johnny Burger sightings are now out pacing Bigfoot sightings for the month.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was awesome. Anyway, Patrick, you want to go first this week? What do you want? You want me to butcher? Talk about this first. Or?
I just say I liked it. I liked the flashbacks. We got the sort of a reveal on the third sister, which okay, Kevin, you can tell me, was that new footage of the youngling scene? Was she actually in Revenge of the Sith? Did you go back?
Yeah. I don't know the answer to that question either. Me and Lexi's boyfriend was over and watched this weekend, and he had heard that was actual footage from the movie.
Okay.
But, I just can't believe that they would have that actual footage like that, and we missed it. The only actual footage I remember of any youngling, aside when they were kind of in the background, is the one, cute little British kid that was a little boy that was in front and kind of made that jerk move whenever you heard Anakin light the lightsaber. That's the only youngling I remember at all. So I seriously doubt that it's original footage, but like I said, he said he heard it was. So but I don't know, honestly know. So
yeah, that's something I was gonna maybe go back and take a look at. Because unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, I had seen that picture weeks ago. Somebody posted it online, but I just assumed
of her as a youngling.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just assumed that they were pulling up a picture from before. Otherwise, it would have been a big spoiler. Maybe it was just somebody's conjecture. I mean, you knew something was up with her, that she had some other ulterior motive behind her whole, motivation. But I don't have a problem with it. It's kind of a neat twist, although I'm not sure at the end where we go from there, what her motive is going to be at the end,
Well, that's what I was going to say is, first of all, since we're just talking about her specifically right now, what do we think? Is she a good guy? Is she a bad guy? What do we think now? I mean,
yeah.
Because right after, obviously, she reveals it to Obi-Wan and everything. They have that conversation and everything. She starts, telling the stormtroopers to go kill the rebel, to attack them and move in again. So it's like, I don't know what to think about that. Now that we know she's suffered that life, and her actual mission is to kill Darth Vader. Now we're supposed to like her, but then she's still doing bad things currently in the moment. I don't know what to think.
Yeah, right.
And we've still got one more episode, right? Yeah, we still got one more.
Yep, one more.
So we'll see what happens in that episode. Yeah, and then Grand Inquisitor, there he was. He survived. That answers our Grand Inquisitor questions, right?
Yeah, and I think they kind of maybe played it as this was Darth Vader's plan all along,
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's another. Yeah, I got a bunch of complaints that's definitely one of them. I was like, this just seems to have not only let her go too far if he knew what was up with her, but then also trusting her if he knew what was up with her to actually lead her to Obi-Wan as opposed to being a ploy to get him to a place where she could kill. It just seemed like a super stretch to me that.
Yeah, well, unless Vader was trying to kill two birds with one stone, he letting her do as much as she could to draw Obi-Wan in, and then, taking care of both of them. But
okay, so he actually believed she was actually after Obi-Wan because she was bitter that Obi-Wan didn't succeed in killing Vader to begin with. So she was actually.
Yeah, maybe, or else she was just, he was just using her as another tool to get to Obi-Wan. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I like I said, I did enjoy the flashback scenes. I think it tied into the story and showed a little bit more about their relationship. It was actually, a very well done scene from the past, I thought, even though some people complained about the CGI, but that doesn't bother me. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't bother me either. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I also really liked Vader's fighting style against the Third Sister too.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even it makes even more sense than his kick butt scene in Rogue One, where he was just super on the attack and super force, lightsabers everywhere. This sort of made more sense in the fact, because he's more machine than man. He uses more force powers than he actually does dueling. You know what I mean? So he was just all on the offensive or defensive with the force powers against Reva. So I really like that.
All right, I'm going to disagree with you on that one a little bit.
Are you?
Yeah, here's all I have to say about it. Here's what I thought about immediately, because obviously it was a change, was that obviously he's getting older. So do we know exactly the time frame between Rogue One? Oh yeah, it ended pretty.
It's right there.
Under the impression, right in, yeah.
Yep.
Because that's what I was thinking. He was younger.
Yeah, he would actually be older in Rogue One.
Yeah, he's older in Rogue One. That's true. Yeah. I still don't mind it. I'm not.
Yeah, I know. I'm
my defense, but I stand corrected.
Right.
Yeah. And he didn't do that He was still mostly force powers. Like I love that part with Rogue One where he force powers the guy on the roof and then just slices him like that. It was sick. You remember that? Yeah. Anyway.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch Rogue One, especially with Andor coming out. I'll have to catch it again.
And I need to watch it.
You never saw it?
No, you never showed me it because you're just like, it doesn't really tie into the story that much.
I don't think I said that.
You did.
Yeah, that's it's big recommend on my part, Valor. So yeah, get to it. But so there was one other thing I didn't like how. Oh, and just to wrap this into Father's Day again real quick. You know, he was very fatherly to Leia more than any other episodes, in my opinion, during this episode too, which I thought was great. You know, did you kind of get that feel as well?
Yeah, I think they kind of just build on it. He's, you know, growing more attached, which
attached to her. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. But two things. One, when he did the whole coming out and then going back in and then coming out, you know, I didn't see much of a point as to why he really did that, rather than just trying to, you know, get them out of there. It seemed like he was going against his own instincts, which was just to run. At first, when he first started talking about that, he kind of went out to fight and then came back, and then he did that a couple times. Yeah. And then, so that didn't really click with me very well. And then also, I was so frustrated. This is really nitpicky. I fully admit this when I say this. But I was so frustrated where Leia's up there doing her electronics thing to get the door to open for them to escape, right? Why weren't they waiting in the ship? You know what I'm saying? It's like she comes down from opening the doors. They have a conversation with each other. And then he's like, okay, everybody get on the ship. It's like everybody should have been buckled in, just waiting for those doors to open. Because then, of course, we got to see Vader and his awesomeness grabbing the ship, trying to pull it down, you know?
Yeah.
But that's what I totally thought. I was like, why weren't you guys on the ship? You know? But overall, once again, you know, I've got lots of, you know, criticisms, but I will, I'll say I'm fine. I just wish it would have turned out when we found out that it would have more coincided. This is my biggest complaint. When it coincided with her, we're finding out she was a youngling and she's actually after Vader. They should have revealed that to us when she was just ready to like be on the Rebel side or Obi-Wan's side. You know, rather than, you know, not doing with that, you know.
I know what you're saying. I think she's a little still conflicted because, you know, where were the rest of the Jedi to help her, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, we'll see. How do you feel about her right now? Do you feel she's more of a good guy right now, or still more of a bad guy? What do you think?
With that ending, I don't know what to think, you know.
Okay. Yeah, and then he stabs her and just like leaves her to die, but she, you know, she's obviously not dead. She really wasn't even in that too bad a shape, it didn't seem, when he walked away from her, you know.
Yeah, apparently now you can get run through with a lightsaber and you don't die.
And you're fine. Yeah. But Aunt May gets a brick spike through the back and she's done, you know. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. So we'll see what happens with the last episode, I guess, and I'm definitely excited. So that's all I've got.
Yep, me too.
I feel like they did the thing with, like, they don't really die normally with the lightsabers now. I feel like Darth Vader gave her a fighting chance to just, like
intentionally?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. Might be something to that. We'll see. It's probably as good a guess as any. But anyway, so that's everything I watched. A couple good things that were really good, but a lot of garbage as well. So.